Groning, left side wing, back-to-back threes, got it! Groning with back-to-back triples herself. She's got 6 points, and it's to a 9-point lead again.
Winter is here, and while the Bear is heading indoors, it certainly isn't going to hibernate. It's basketball season, and the gyms of Caribou County are heating up for this season's road to the playoffs.
Taken by Smith. Casey brings the ball forward, passes up ahead, backdoor pass to Lexi White, back to Smith, who puts it up and in.
Whether it's the Soda Springs Cardinals, the Grace Grizzlies, or the North Gem Cowgirls, there is room for all in this Bears winter wonderland.
Stoddard outside, pump fakes on the three, feeds it to Christensen, wide open, splashes it home. Kyrie Christensen with a big three.
So come on in out of the cold and get yourself ready for Caribou County basketball on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Yamauchi with the basketball, fires it underneath, it's going to be White, reverse layup, and the Cardinals take a 1-point lead on Alexa White's 4th point of the game.
Local sports on KBRV 800 The Bear are brought to you by Sanders Furniture, Reed's Plumbing and Heating, Monsanto, Silver Star Communications, and by Cook Brothers Broadcasting.
To Shea Donaldson, open for three, splash it down. Shea Donaldson cuts the lead down to 1 with her first basket of the night.
We are 20 minutes away from tonight's opening tip, so let's head courtside with the voice of Caribou County Sports, Caleb Burgraff.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, out to the home of the Teton Redskins, as it's another production of Cook Brothers Broadcasting, as we are proud to be bringing you the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals as they look to try and move to 5-1 on the season, sitting at 4-1 so far this year, getting set to take on the Lady Redskins. Not a lot of time. We're a little bit ahead of schedule here, as 14 and a half minutes until we start tonight's broadcast, or start the opening tip of tonight's broadcast. We'll be back with our pregame show right after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Today, my new dad and I shot off a rocket in the park.
Today, my new son and I failed to shoot off a rocket.
The rocket launched into the air.
And then crashed into the pond.
I'll never forget that day.
I'll never forget that day, even if I tried.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Here are your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 3rd through the 9th, and it all starts off with Tyson family packs of chicken drumsticks or thighs at 99 cents a pound. They're also serving you fresh 93% lean, 7% fat ground beef for $3.49 a pound, and boneless beef rump roast at $3.49 a pound. If you're looking for veggies, grab one of their Fill It Fresh $10 bags and mix or match select items, including apples, pears, grapefruits, carrots, and cucumbers. That's a look at your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
Welcome back out to the home of the Teton Lady Redskins. Caleb Burgraff here on the pregame show. It's time now for our Caribou Motor Rewind standout student, as we had a chance to sit down with freshman Lexi Hart. We'll be back with her comments right after this on this presentation of Soda Springs Cardinals basketball on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
For the past 32 years, the team at Caribou Motor Rewind has been specializing in pumps and electric motors, including domestic pumps for house wells. Offering parts and service, they have everything you need. The team at Caribou Motor Rewind thanks everyone in southeastern Idaho for your business and congratulates area high school students on their hard work and dedication to schoolwork and to sports. Caribou Motor Rewind, 198 North Hooper, Soda Springs. Stop in today.
Welcome back into the pregame show. Time now for our comments with Lexi Hart here on the Caribou Motor Rewind in Soda Springs. Standout student.
Caleb Burgraff joined here with Lexi Hart, a freshman at Soda Springs High School. And Lexi, you're a standout student for this week. How's school been going so far for you this year?
It's really great. I really like it here. People are really nice and fantastic. Yeah, whenever I'm having a rough time here, everybody kind of pitches in to help.
You transferred over here from Bear Lake. What's the transition been like for you? Has it been easy for you to accommodate to what Soda Springs brings to the table?
Yes, I'm familiar with Soda Springs, so it's been easier for me. But I do miss some of the things that they had in Bear Lake, like my friends and some of the groups that they had there, and their enthusiasm for everything is great.
What are some of the classes that you're taking so far this year?
Well, math, science, English, obviously, and Soda Pops is a class, which is so fun. Band is as well, and that's pretty much it. Photoshop, gotcha. They're fun.
If you take out Soda Pops, which we'll talk a little bit more about that later, what's your favorite class to go to if you take out the band and Soda Pops?
English is really fun. Miss Pankow is such a fun teacher. She's so enthusiastic. She's great. 5th period, it's kind of a class. I help in the office, and it's a lot of fun running errands, finding people.
You seem like a person that really just enjoys getting out and around people and just being able to talk to people and interact.
Yeah, I love people. People are great.
That seems to be something that a lot of people like here at Soda Springs. Now that you've been here for a couple months now, what's your favorite thing about this high school and coming into this atmosphere?
My friends are always really great. I don't know how to describe it. People here can be really nice and rude at the same time, but you just kind of get used to it.
Kayla Bergraff with Lexi Hart from the freshman class at Soda Springs High School, and we talked about Soda Pops here and Soda Pops and Band. Your concert's coming up tonight. Unfortunately, the interview will play after the concert, but are you excited for the concert? Are you excited to get out there and perform?
Yes, very. I love performing. Ever since I was younger, I just love being on the stage and singing with a group of friends. I was in the ISU Children's Choir around 4th to 5th grade, and it was a fun experience for me, so I thought I'd do more things like that in high school.
What's your favorite genre of music to sing and or play, because you're percussion over in the band too?
I'm not particularly fond of really slow songs. I like really enthusiastic and energizing songs that just make you want to dance.
One of the other things you said you want to get into a little bit is Nerd Bowl. What's that, and describe a little bit why you wanted to get into it?
There's Quiz Bowl at the middle school, and it's basically a sport for nerds. You use knowledge that you've obtained over the years and studied, and I'm trying to think of the show. It's kind of like Jeopardy. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun. They had a group like that in Bear Lake called Acadeka, and I was a part of it, and I was so excited about it. I went to all the club meetings, which I was supposed to do. Like, we only have to go to 12 of them in a month or 2. And I don't know, it was always really fun to me to study something that interests you, and I think that's fun, honestly.
Well, Lexi, it sounds like you have a lot of stuff that you're getting used to here at Soda, and it seems like you're starting to fit into the crowd too, so thank you so much. You're a standout student for this week, and good luck the rest of your high school year and the rest of the 3 years after that.
Thank you.
That was freshman Lexi Hart from Soda Springs High School here on the Caribou Motor Rewind Standout Student. We'll be back with the interview with Sean Kuntz on the other side of the pregame show here on KBRV 800 The Bear, as well as online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Hi, this is John Ondrasik of Five for Fighting, here for RAD, the entertainment industry's voice for road safety. You know, style is a personal thing, and your lifestyle is your business. But if you take it on the road, it becomes everybody's business. So please, plan ahead, designate before you celebrate. Friends, don't let friends drive drunk.
A public service announcement brought to you by RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Caleb Burgraff here on the pregame show with Sean Kuntz of the Teton Lady Redskins. And Coach, the season's still in the early going for you guys. Not a ton of games that have been played so far, and in fact only one game in between the last time you played Soda. Where are your girls at right now in their development on the season as far as what you'd like to be seeing from them?
So far I think the girls are working hard, and they're having fun, and I think that's important. Focus on that to try to make things fun this year. Of course, winning helps that. We've been lucky so far this year. We're 5-1, and that always helps with the positive attitudes and encourages girls to work a little harder.
Last time you guys took on Soda, it was a thrilling game, went into overtime, but a back and forth game really all the way through until that overtime period where your girls really had just a little bit extra and were able to close out the game strong. Were you proud of your girls, first of all, in the way that they were able to come back in the fourth quarter and then really dominate the overtime period last time you played Soda?
It was a great game, and you hit it right on the head. I think probably the experience that we've had in the girls, played a lot of tight games over the years, and we've got a lot of experience. All of our girls had varsity experience last year, and I think that kind of showed a little bit with some of the young girls missing a couple free throws going down the stretch for Soda. That being said, I expect a battle tonight. It'll be interesting. I think it'll be much the same kind of game, back and forth, and it'll probably come down to 1 or 2 points at the end.
Caleb Burgraff here with Sean Kuntz from the Teton Redskins on the pregame show. And Coach, when you look at that game, who are some of the girls that really you were happy with their performance in that game that you didn't expect to necessarily see good performances on? Maybe not in the scorebook, but just in the way that they played on the court.
Well, that's kind of a tough one. When we played in Soda, Shelby Kincaid was coming off of an injury, and so we didn't know for sure what to expect there. And she played well for us, I thought, especially not being able to practice the week before. We were worried about conditioning, and she stepped up and had a good game. We kind of got in foul trouble with our guards in the game, and we're hoping to avoid that tonight. I guess that's kind of our biggest challenge this year. We're short numbers, and so fouls are huge.
When you look at teams like Soda, a team that is one of those better teams, and you have to play them a second time, is it better to have it in your own home gym? And what do you expect from the girls now that they get to play this team on their home gym with the confidence of a win from the last time they played?
Well, I think anytime you're playing a good team, it's better to play at home. Tack on the fact that you travel 3 hours from here to Soda. That's always a challenge. You wonder if the girls are going to get off the bus, or if they're going to have some, if they're going to be sleepy and tired. And definitely, I'm glad we're here. That being said, girls still got to get ready to play. We know a little bit more about Soda for sure, especially the young guard that's a great player. So we're looking forward to a battle.
Coach, thank you as always for taking the time to talk with us here on the pregame show, and I'm looking forward to watching another great battle between Soda Springs and Teton.
All right, thank you.
That was head coach Sean Kuntz of the Lady Redskins from Teton High School. We'll be back after a quick break on the pregame show and talk with Alexa White, a junior on the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals. Back after this with that on KBRV 800 The Bear, on mylocalradio.com as well.
Well, not you like winter. Winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
Caleb Burgraff joined here with Alexa White from the Soda Springs girls basketball team. And Alexa, as you look at how the season's been going for you guys, 4-1 now on the year, are you happy with the start that the team's been able to put forward?
I'm pretty happy with the start we've had so far, but of course there's going to be harder games that we're going to have to play, and so we still need to build up to that point, but I don't think we're to our potential right now, but we're working there. One
of the toughest games that you guys have had so far this year was the game against Teton, an overtime thriller. You guys really just ran out of a little bit of steam there in the overtime period of that game and really towards the end of the fourth quarter. What are some things that you guys learned in that game that you want to use moving forward?
I think some of the things we learned in that game was just the little things, like the layups that we missed. We missed quite a few layups that we should have been making, and some of our foul shots. Like, we really don't realize it, but those are really big things that help us later in the game when we need them, and that could have helped us win. But of course, that it also taught us what we need to work on so we can prepare for the next time we play them, which is tomorrow.
Learning from losses is always big, and then when you get to play a team that you lost to in a way like that, in that type of a fashion, in such a short time period after you had that loss, is that good? Would you rather have it that way, or would you rather have a little bit more time between the two games?
I think it's good that we have a little shorter time between each game. We're able to keep going with our momentum from wins and losses, but I think if we, from our win last week, that will help us a little more, and from playing them closer to this next game, we know we won't forget a lot of their things that they did that we need to work on, like on our defense against them. We're able to learn more quicker instead of playing them at the start of the season and the end. But I think also if we play them at the very start and the end, that would be a benefit for us and them because we've both grown. So I think it's good right now because we're both right in the middle of our season, so we both still have things to work on.
Kayla Burgraff here with Alexa White from the Soda Springs basketball team, and obviously that Teton game on Tuesday is going to be a big one for you guys, but you're getting into the point in time in the season where you have a little bit of a break, but you're also getting towards that first district game with Malad coming up on the 17th. How big is that game going to be in trying to set the pace for the district season?
It's going to be a really big game for us because we want to show people where we're at, and we want to go into the district games with like high things for us and things that people will look at, and we don't want to start it off bad. We always just want to keep building up, and so we hopefully will go in and do our best and know what we're capable of.
Final thing for you, and that's the other big thing coming up in the month of December, is the Parma tournament. It's one that you guys are used to going to. Last year you guys won the tournament. What does that tournament do for you guys when you get to travel that far away from home, see teams you haven't faced before, as well as get some competition that is a little bit higher in rankings or higher in divisions from what you're normally used to seeing?
I think it marks a district tournament and a state tournament for us because we're playing back-to-back games each day. So just like the district tournament, we don't really know, but if we win or lose games, we'll still play a game the next day or we can go out. But it also simulates, like when we go play bigger teams, it will help us. If we make it to the state level this year with this new team, we'll be able to know some of the teams and things that we will work on that will help us if we're playing bigger teams and not just playing the smaller teams that we really aren't learning anything new, and it's just kind of practice for us.
Alexa, thank you so much for taking the time to talk, and good luck to you guys as you prepare for Teton tomorrow, and hopefully you guys can come away with a win.
Yeah, thank you so much.
That was junior Alexa White from the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals. We'll be back on the pregame show after this break on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Oh, Santa, it's nice to take a minute and relax in the recliner and love seat we got from Sanders Furniture and Appliance.
Oh, yes it is.
The folks at Sanders Furniture are always so nice to work with.
This year, they are going to help me by offering Christmas Eve delivery service to customers in the Soda Springs area.
That's great, Santa.
Stop in today for the perfect gift and have it delivered Christmas Eve. Sanders Furniture and Appliance, 148 South Main, Soda Springs.
This year, firefighters will battle thousands of wildfires around the country in hopes of containing them. But a single ember that escapes can travel more than 1 mile, where it can ignite and destroy your home or community. You can't control where the ember will land, only what happens when it does. Prepare, protect, prevail. Get fire adapted. Learn simple steps you could take now to reduce wildfire damage later at fireadapted.org. A public service message brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council. Learn more at fireadapted.org.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college.
There's the library.
But she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Would your business survive a disaster? Nearly 2/3 of businesses aren't prepared for an emergency, and 40% of businesses that experience a disaster never recover. Make an emergency plan now, before it's too late. For a free online tool that helps you develop an emergency plan to keep your business up and running should disaster strike, visit ready.gov/business. Brought to you by the Federal Emergency Management Agency, the American Red Cross, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back out to the home of the Teton Redskins as we're just about set for the opening of tonight's matchup between the Lady Redskins and the Soda Springs Cardinals in what should be a very, very good basketball game between these two teams. It ended up being a tight contest the first time that they played and ended up going into overtime the first time, and the Cardinals are really hoping to try and move on the season. And give me one moment, please. As they turn out the lights here, apologize for that, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see on the video cast right now that they are lighting up the gym with flashlights as well as the black lights down on the court as the Cardinals get set to come out onto the court. As they huddle up over on their side, we'll take a look at our starting lineup for tonight's matchup. And we start off with the Lady Cardinals as the road team. They are going to be led by number 2, Callie Groning. Number 3 is Alexa White. She is going to be out there as well. You heard from her in the pregame show. Number 4 is Casey Smith. Number 12 is Reagan Yamauchi. And number 15 is Taylor Myers. Those will be your starters for the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals. Going back to their, number 24 is Kirsten Rasmussen for the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals, as there is a lot of noise here, so I apologize for getting a bit distracted on the pregame show here. As we take a look at the other starters for the Lady Redskins, they're going to be led off by number 2, Tasha Arnold. Number 3 is Gabriella Berry. Number 10 is Jenna Abbott. Number 12 is Avery Coons. And wrapping it all up is Shelby Kincaid, as she will end up coming out to the near side. Opening tip is brought to you by the 3C Grill and Grace Burgers Barbecue and Pizza. But you still have, so Burgers Barbecue and Pizza as well as catering. So make sure to give the 3C Grill some of your business in Soda Springs. Opening tip is up, and it's going to be controlled by Teton, and quickly they'll run the court. A quick fast break bucket for Avery Coons as she lays it up and in, and it's a 2-0 lead already on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Teton on top, 7:48 to go. Ball to the near side. Casey Smith holds it above her head. Cardinals wearing the black and red uniforms, moving left to right on your radio dial. Callie Groning gets the ball back, tries to go to her left, drives to the hoop, picks up her dribble, kicks it outside. Alexa White thought about a 3 for a moment, now goes into the corner. There's going to be Callie. She gives it back up top to Alexa. She finds Casey at the top of the key. Casey Smith to her left, drives, bounces one over to White. She picks up her dribble and gives it off to Reagan. And Yamauchi's going to try and go to her left. Now catches the screen from White, goes to her right, drives baseline, kicks it through the lane. Wide open, Kirsten Rasmussen on the backside as Reagan Yamauchi gives the Cardinals back into the game with a tie. Teton bringing it up, breaks the full court press being played by the Cardinals, throws one underneath the basket. Kincaid tries to drive and then travels with the basketball. It'll be the first Teton turnover of the game, and gives it back over to the Soda Springs Cardinals to bring the ball back up the court and try and make this game a lead for Soda Springs in the early going. 2-2, minute gone by. Reagan Yamauchi takes the point, goes to her left, throws a pass into the corner. Smith dubs one down deep, and it's going to be Callie Groning who travels with the basketball, so she'll turn it right back over into the hands of the Teton Redskins. Redskins to inbound. Taking the basketball is Gabrielle Berry. She's going to bounce one to the near side where Tasha Arnold takes it in the lane, and a foul is going to be called. It'll go on Reagan for her first foul, as she just got very, very close trying to go for that turnover, and gives the ball back over to the Redskins once again to do an inbound. They'll pass this one in. Coons takes the basketball, now moves it back into the hands of Arnold, who brings it up the right side of the court. She'll pick up her dribble, trapped into the corner, throws the ball into the hands of Berry, comes to save her. She's trapped, breaks the trap, throws one underneath the basket, and a wide open shot open for Jenna Abbott as she lays it up and in, and it's a 4-2 lead back in favor of the Redskins. Back come the Cardinals. Top of the key, Groning holds the ball high above her head. Guarded out there by Berry before feeding the ball to White, left side wing. Coons comes out to guard her tight. Now a pass skipped into the corner. Yamauchi brings it back out to the wing, drives inside, cuts one underneath to Rasmussen. She finds White right behind her. Shot too strong off the back iron, and the rebound goes into Tasha Arnold's hands. The Cardinals are going to steal the ball back away, though. Top of the key is where White picks up the ball. She was tipped up into the air, I believe, by Yamauchi, and the Cardinals are going to try and go back on the offensive end. Yamauchi loses the basketball. Another turnover by the Cardinals evens up that pace again as Coons throws the ball across lane, trying to run the ball up the court are Teton and the Redskins. They throw the ball away again, and a sloppy start for both teams. 5 turnovers between the two teams in the first 2 minutes and 13 seconds. 5:46 to go, and again, it'll be the Cardinals to bring it forward with Reagan Yamauchi taking the point, slows the pace down, and walks it across half court. Comes over to the near side, guarded there by Barry. Gabriella forces her to pass it off to Smith, top of the key, open for 3. Got it! Casey Smith rattles that one in, and the Cardinals lead this one by 1, 5-4. Back up court, Teton trying to break the full court press. It's going to be Barry. Picks up her dribble, throws it away into the hands of Reagan Yamauchi. She brings it up court, goes inside where it's going to be Groning outside to Smith. Smith pump fakes, drives over to her left, gets it down low. Rasmussen lays it up and in. Kirsten's got 4 points now, and the Cardinals' lead increases to 3 on the Lady Redskins. They'll be brought forward once again by Arnold. Near side wing, almost has it swatted out of her hands by Groning, and then the Cardinals will force the ball out of bounds as White tips it away from Barry. It will remain Teton basketball to be inbounding from the near sideline. Working right to left, Arnold inbounds this one to Barry, stands in the corner, now finds Arnold once again. She'll go cross court. Coons open for 3 from the right wing, too strong, off the side of the rim. Rasmussen gets away with a travel as she picks up the basketball. Cardinals will bring it back up the court though, working left to right. Casey Smith gets trapped under the basket, goes outside to White, top of the key. It's going to be Yamauchi, near side Groning, gets it in the corner, too strong on the shot. Rebound on the offensive side is Rasmussen. Her bank shot too strong as well as she can't get the offensive board to count for anything. And back the other way will come Teton and the Lady Redskins. Jenna Abbott with the ball on the right side. Picks up her dribble, gives it to Coons. She'll hold the top of the key before feeding it near side to Arnold. Holds it on the left wing. Back up top of the key. Coons feeds it into the middle of the court where it's going to be Kincaid. Kincaid goes up, turns around, puts this one up. Can't get the shot to go. Rebound goes once again into Kirsten Rasmussen. It's her 3rd board of the game. And it's a 4-7 score again as the Cardinals bring it up. Casey Smith drives into the lane, pulls up her dribble as she's double teamed by a couple of twin towers down low. Ball's brought back out to White. She feeds it to Groning, right side corner from 18 feet. Callie Groning splashes that one home. She's got her first points of the game. It's a 9-4 ball game, and the Cardinals are going to steal it away once again on the inbounds pass. The full court press causing havoc for Teton and the Lady Redskins as they turn it over for a 5th time in the game, and the Cardinals will get set to inbound the basketball. The foul is going to be called on Avery Coons. That'll be her first as she was trying to just keep the ball in Teton possession. Reagan Yamauchi checks out of the game. Back into the game now is going to be Ariana Finlayson on the baseline. She'll be inbounding. Also into the game is going to be Jessie Belknap. Finlayson inbounds the ball. It's going to be Smith. Takes it on the wing, gives off to Groning. Callie brings it around back to the top of the key. Pulls it back towards center court. No logo in the middle of this court as she'll walk over to her left, back to her right. Holds it on the red shoes, I should say. Picks up her dribble, bounces one near side to White. She strips of double team, drives into the baseline, picks up her dribble in the corner. Double teamed and trapped as well there. Fights through it, gives it down low to Belknap. She picks up her dribble, finds White in the middle of the lane. Her shot short off the side of the rim. Almost saves the rebound, but instead it goes out of bounds. Back over to Teton and the Lady Redskins. 3:22 to go, 9-4 your score on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard, and it'll be the Cardinals once again to play defense on the full court press. Gabrielle Berry gets the inbounds pass, trapped in the corner, feeds this one up ahead, and it'll be brought forward by Jenna Abbott. Goes straight into the lane, feeds it right side on the block. It's Coons again. Avery Coons gets that one up to her 4th point. It's a 9-6 ball game. Teton back within 3. Ariana Finlayson back up with the basketball, goes to the left side. Groning feeds it to White. Left side wing goes down inside. Belknap fights up a shot, fouled on the way up. No, they're going to call a travel, and Soda Springs turns it back over on Jessie Belknap's first turnover of the game. It'll be back into the favor of the Teton Redskins as the Cardinals will move up with their full court press. Alexa White checking out as well as Callie Groning. Into the game is going to be Taylor Myers as well as Yamauchi. Teton bringing the ball up. Barry takes it up, fires a pass quickly up ahead to Arnold. She drives to the free throw line, fires it to Coons, right side block. Goes outside to the wing. Driving this time once again and now throwing the ball outside is going to be Abbott. Teton moving the ball around, almost throw it away as Myers almost steals a pass. They look underneath, and Kincaid fires a shot short off the front of the rim. Belknap pulls in that rebound. The Cardinals will push the pace quickly with Yamauchi cutting into lane, sights through some traffic, puts up a quick shot off the back of the rim, and Shelby Kincaid gets her first rebound of the contest with the score still at 9-6 and Teton bringing the ball back up. Kincaid goes back outside. Arnold takes the ball and feeds this one over to Arnold once again. They'll be down low. Abbott, gives to Arnold, right side wing, and a travel's going to be called on Teton again. Their 6th turnover now of the ball game. And another sub will come in for Teton. First sub of the game is Rosemary Joseph will get some playing time. Cardinals will also take Casey Smith out of the game for a little bit of a break. Into the game for her is going to be Kat McCollum, and that is going to be her first minutes of the season, as she was sitting on the bench for the first couple of games of the year until December started. And now an offensive foul is going to be called, a moving screen on Taylor Myers as she got her feet set and then moved away at the last second. Cardinals will get a turnover themselves on that foul. And it'll be another chance now for Teton to bring it forward. Gabrielle Berry takes up the right sideline, picks up her dribble, skips a pass near side. Abbott lines up a triple, rolls that one in. Jenna Abbott with 5 points now, and it's a tied ball game, 9-9 with 1:53 to go on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Reagan Yamauchi brings the ball forward again, stands near half court, center of the court, guarded by Berry, slowly creeping away to her left, now spins back to her left after coming right, comes right, catches a screen from Jesse Belknap, stops and pops one off from the elbow. Rebound's going to go into the hands of Joseph, and back up court, Teton will push the pace. Lob pass to Berry, over on the right block. She'll kick this one to Abbott, near side wing. Joseph puts up a quick shot off the back iron, high into the air. Arnold's going to fight in for the rebound, and the Cardinals will look to set up their defense again, but not before Jenna Abbott rains home another triple. 12-9, 1:15 to go, and back up court will come the Cardinals. A full line switch coming up for the Soda Springs Cardinals, so they want to get their starters back out in the game after losing the lead. It'll be Yamauchi dribble over near side wing, picks up her dribble, bounces it to Myers near the top of the key, just to the right side. Lobs a pass underneath. It's going to be Kat McCullough, who can't get a shot, as she's going to have the ball thrown off bounds off of her as she had it stripped away, and it'll be a turnover back into the hands of Teton and the Lady Redskins, and that full substitution will come in as the starters will all be back in for Soda Springs, the Cardinals, except for Tawny Barfus, as the senior will get her first minutes out there on the court with 54.7 seconds to go. One more chance now for Teton to bring the ball up, 53 seconds to go, and bringing it forward as she stumbles over the top of Alexa White. A White just trying to stay in front of her, and the foul is going to be called on Jenna Abbott as an offensive foul as she just continued to bowl straight into Alexa White. Coach Coons talking with the near side official, wanting a quick explanation. Didn't agree with the call, but it'll be Soda Springs basketball after another turnover for Teton. There's 7. Casey Smith with the ball for the Cardinals, working left to right, comes near side corner, skips one up to the top of the key. Groning goes back over to the left side before dribbling it back and firing one near side to White. She picks it up on the right wing. Now give it to Groning, top of the key. Groning steps inside with one dribble, loses her footing, kicks it outside to White again, and with 30 seconds, the Cardinals look to reset their offense. Teton really extending a 3-2 defense. They're playing around the outside, and now they switch to a man. White goes over to her left, tries to dribble between a double team, gets trapped and pushed back out, now loses the ball. Coons picks it up, lobs it up ahead quickly to Berry. She'll bounce it through the lane to Arnold, whose shot is blocked, but they're going to call a foul on Kirsten Rasmussen, who is coming up just trying to save the ball. And right now the pressure that the Cardinals are having applied on them by Teton is forcing some errors, and the Redskins trying to take advantage of that. As to the line is Tasha Arnold. First free throw for Arnold of 2 will be up and no good off to the left side. So at 12.1 seconds, she'll have one more to go. 3-point lead for Teton and the Redskins as Arnold will fire that one up. Good rotation on that one. Splashes it home, and the lead goes up to 4, 13-9. Cardinals bring it up, 10 seconds to go. Casey Smith jogs it up slowly, comes to her left, drives into the wing before kicking up top. Groning open for 3, can't get it to go. Rebounds off the side of the iron. Alexa White tracks it down to get the board, but she can't turn around to get a shot up in time. And we head into the second quarter with the score at 13-9 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Welcome back out to the home of the Lady Redskins on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. It'll be the Soda Springs Cardinals to inbound the basketball, and they'll bring it forward with Casey Smith taking the point and walking the ball to the near side. Spins back into the middle of the court before feeding a pass into the corner. Groning gets a pass inside to Rasmussen, who's bumped from behind. This one should be Shelby Kincaid who picks up the foul, and it is. It will be the third foul on Teton and the Redskins, and the Cardinals will get another chance to inbound the basketball from the baseline. Groning to do the inbound, stands on the T in Teton that's written across the baseline, and she will look to her right to inbound. Now lobs one deep, and it's going to be Casey Smith who takes the ball over to the left side, kicks it to Groning. She'll try to drive in, picks up her dribble, now finds Smith well beyond the three-point arc, puts one up short off the front of the rim. Barfus goes for the board. It's down on the ground, and a foul's going to be called down low. The foul will be called on Callie Groning. It'll be her first. And the Cardinals will set up their full court press once again. 7:38 to go, 13-9. Cardinals down by 4 to Teton and the Redskins here on the road. It'll be an inbounds pass to Abbott. She passes the ball near side Arnold, who passes it up ahead quickly to Coons. Coons picks up her dribble, gives it over into Arnold, stops at the top of the key, feeds it Abbott. She'll pump fake, drives baseline, goes up, blocked and fouled. They're going to call Kirsten Rasmussen with another foul. That'll be her second. It means Kirsten should probably be looking to take a seat. And Wade Schwanevelt looks out onto the court and has a quick word. Not sure if it was the official or a player, but does not look thrilled with the foul call there as 2 free throws come up at the line now for Abbott. As she will make the first one, makes it a 14-9 game, and she'll have one more free throw coming up. 7:26 to go. As the official has a quick word, Jessie Belknap checks into the game to replace Kirsten Rasmussen. Will take a seat with 2 fouls. Second free throw, no good. Rebound comes near side with Alexa White. Goes up the court. Casey Smith brings it forward, fires it up to Groning. Far side wing, picks up her dribble, looking around, finds White now, who comes up to the top of the key to get the ball. Casey Smith now moves it over, back top of the key, drives into the lane, kicks outside Groning, wide open for 3, gets it to go. Callie Groning puts the Cardinals back within 2, 14-12 from 2 feet beyond the arc. Groning, back up a court comes Teton. Right side, they'll get into Joseph. She passes outside to Abbott on the wing. Stands on the logo before feeding it to Kuntz. Avery goes inside, layup, no good by Joseph. Rebound's going to be ripped down by Jessie Belknap, who took it out of the hands of a Teton Redskin. And back up court again will come the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals. Far side, Groning feeling it. Can't get the second 3 to go, though, from the far side wing. Rebound tipped around and off of Teton and the Lady Redskins. It'll remain Cardinal basketball underneath the basket, and Callie Groning will have another chance to inbound the basketball, this time from the other side, standing on the O end of Teton written on the baseline. Cardinals get the ball in. Casey Smith drives to her left, stands at the elbow, now drives in, gets a bump, puts up a shot wildly. No shot, or no good, or the shot wasn't a great shot. Kincaid pulls down the rebound. Arnold back the other way, and she'll bring the basketball out. Passes it to the near side, taken there by that is going to be Kincaid. She puts up a shot, blocked up into the air. Jessie Belknap pulls in the rebound off of the block, and Callie Groning comes back to the near side. Belknap feeds it left side. White now into the corner. It's going to be Smith. Quick space for a 3. Casey Smith rains down her second triple of the game, and the Cardinals get the lead right back, 15-14 on a 6-0 run. Back up the court comes Teton. Coons into lane, goes right side, back into Coons. She'll step to the basket, rolls the layup along the side of the rim before Alexa White pulls in the board, and the Cardinals will bring it back up the court once again. 5:44 to go. Groning drives in, loses the ball, bumped away from her, and now a foul comes away from the ball. No, a travel on Teton, and it'll go back over into the hands of the Cardinals after Teton's 8th turnover. 5:40 to go. And the ball will be inbounded back to the Soda Springs Cardinals again. Casey Smith up to the left side, kicks the ball out to Groning. Holds the ball for a moment, gets a screen from Smith, now backs off. Groning drives into the middle of the court, straight through the lane, lays up, fouled in the basket. Callie Groning drove it right into the trees down low, ends up getting the contact and the foul. They'll call the foul on Rosemary Joseph for her first. And it'll be free throws coming up. One free throw, I should say, for Callie coming up after the line to try and complete the and one play. 5:28 to go here. 17-14. Soda Springs on top on the road here in Driggs, Idaho, at the home of the Teton Redskins. Groning's free throw up, no good. Really flat on that shot. Rebound's going to be pulled in by Avery Kuntz. And again, it'll be the Redskins to bring it forward. Ball pass to the near side. Arnold left open. Lobs the pass, though, into the lane. Gets the assist as a great pass found Shelby Kincaid down low through traffic. And the Redskins get their first field goal of the second quarter. 17-16. Cardinals bringing the ball back the other way. They're playing hopscotch between the girls. And finally, they find Reagan Yamauchi over in the left side corner from about 15 feet, and Reagan gets that one to go. Back to a three-point lead for Soda Springs. Teton skips the ball around themselves, and they'll find a wide-open Kincaid now on the left side of the lane. Cardinals got lead trimmed back down to one again. A high-scoring second quarter of play with 4 minutes and 48 seconds to go. Ball passed outside. Barfus will hold on to it. Now feeds it to Smith, standing outside near the logo on the right side of the court. Dribbles back to her left, goes top of the key before finding it back out towards half court and bounces the ball into the hands of Yamauchi. Guarded tightly by Gabrielle Berry on the outside. Man-to-man defense being played by Teton. It's going to be Reagan spinning to her left. Now comes to her right into the lane, lays it up too strong off the glass, and the rebound's going to be hoarded down by Avery Kuntz. Back up court again. Teton near side. Arnold open for three, in and out. Went halfway down. Rebound kicks out to Jessie Belknap. She'll bring it up court. No, gives to Casey Smith. Across the lane finds Callie Groning. Her shot too strong off the back iron. This time the rebound bounces into Tawny Barfus's hands, and she'll feed it to Yamauchi again to start to reset the offense. Now Smith open, top of the key, lines up a triple. Casey Smith with her third three ball of the game. 18-22, up to a 4-point lead for Soda Springs. They've led by as many as 5 at 9-4. Back up court though comes Teton, trying to even the game back up. Quick shot comes up from Arnold. No good. Rebound inside on the offensive side by Kincaid. She bites it in, and the foul, and she'll have a free throw coming up to try and complete the three-point play. Foul is going to be called on Jessie Belknap, and it'll be a 22-20 game, as it'll be Kincaid stepping up to the line. 3:40 to go, a very high-scoring quarter for both these two teams. Substitutions coming in for Soda, as will be mostly backups out there alongside Yamauchi, as Ariana Finlayson and Kat McCullough join her on the court. Free throw up and good. So the three-point play is good by Shelby Kincaid the old-fashioned way. She's got all 7 points, or 7 of the 8 points for the Teton Redskins in the quarter. Back up the court. McCullough takes the basketball, bounces it up top, where Barfus feeds it near side. It'll be taken there by Finlayson. Ariana looks inside, finds Belknap, kicked outside. There's going to be Yamauchi, drives underneath. Quick pass through the legs of a couple of Redskins. Jessie's shot up is going to be blocked away. Rebound's going to be pulled in by Jenna Abbott. Ball swatted out of her hands by Belknap, and then out of bounds. It's going to be thrown off of Belknap, and the Cardinals will go back on defense. Teton looking to try and take the lead. 3:20 to go, 22-21, and a timeout's going to be taken by Teton and the Lady Redskins. While we have this timeout, I want to remind you this game brought to you by Caribou Memorial Hospital, where you will find a qualified, happy, and fun staff working with doctors who have a real interest in your well-being. They also have a large network of specialists and surgeons working in state-of-the-art surgical facilities and feature on-site rehabilitation services to ensure you have a comfortable and timely recovery. Caribou Memorial Hospital, Living Center, and clinics at 300 South 3rd West in Soda Springs. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what mylocalradio.com has for you.
Welcome back out to the home of the Teton Lady Redskins. Caleb Burgraff here on KBRV 800 The Bear, and online at mylocalradio.com as the Soda Springs Lady Cardinals with a 22-21 lead over Teton and the Redskins. And the Cardinals will be on defense opening up the second quarter of play. I want to remind you, keep your eyes out for our ANC embroidery shot of the game, as we already might have that with the shooting of Katie Smith, as she is going to move the ball. I should say Yamauchi moves the ball over to the far side after the Cardinals get a steal on Teton on the inbound. Foul is going to be called. The foul goes on Jenna Abbott. It'll be her second, and to the line is going to be Taylor Myers for a chance at free throws at the line. Apologize for the lapse in play-by-play there with 3:12 to go. It'll be Taylor Smith to put this shot up too far off the side of the rim. No good, and she'll have one more free throw coming up. 3:12 to go now. Ball bounced back out to Smith as Casey eyes the shot, puts it up, and cannot get the second to go. Rebound into the hands of Coons, her third board to go with her 4 points, and back up court and driving in the lanes. Kincaid throws the ball down into the paint, trying to find that's Barry on the far side, and it's going to go off with the feet of McCullough, who was clouding up the lane. Teton will get to inbound the basketball once again. Back into the game, Kirsten Rasmussen, as the Cardinals go with a little bit bigger of an offense. And it'll be Arnold to inbound the ball. Standing on the near side, lobs a pass to the outside. Open for a moment as Kuntz shot up short off the front of the rim. Rebound goes into the hands of Jessie Belknap. She's already got 5 boards. No points on the game, though. And with 2:56 to go, it'll be Kirsten Rasmussen who gets the basketball to fight up a shot. Her shot no good. Rebound's going to be pulled into the hands of Kincaid, but the Cardinals are going to force a turnover, and back into the hands now. They'll try and drive it into the lane and almost throw it away, but it's going to be out of bounds, last touched by Teton. So Soda Springs will keep possession of the basketball. 2 minutes and 43 seconds to go, second quarter. And Kirsten Rasmussen will take a seat on the bench as Reagan Yamauchi will get set inbound the basketball. Throws it off the back of a Teton player, triple team, but then finds, that's Taylor Myers on the near side for a shot as she was wide open, couldn't get the shot to go. Her offensive rebound no good as well, and Teton will bring the basketball back forward with Kincaid taking the rebound. Up the court, Teton throws the ball away, another turnover. This time as Finlayson pulls it in for Soda Springs. They'll pass it up ahead. It's going to be Myers near side, laying it up too strong along the back of the rim again. Rebound goes into the hands of Abbott, and again Teton and the Redskins will bring it forward. Barry backs the ball outside to the right side corner, top of the key, wide open, and airballing it out of bounds is going to be Jenna Abbott. Rebound goes out of bounds as well, and the Cardinals get another possession on the completely whiffed shot that was put up by Abbott. It'll be Myers to inbound the ball, and Reagan will bring the basketball forward again as the freshman slows down the pace and brings it across half court. Guarded on the outside by Barry. She'll close in on her, forces Reagan to make a move. Juke steps a couple of times to her left, now comes to the near side, and another illegal screen. This one on Taylor Myers, who will turn it back over to Teton. The first turnover for Soda Springs in this second quarter of play, and that'll be the second foul as well on to Taylor Myers. Checking back into her for her is going to be Casey Smith onto the court. And the Cardinals will look to inbound or defend the inbound once again. It'll be Teton, brings it up. Gabrielle Berry, right side, picks up her dribble, feeds it near side. Abbott, she'll find Arnold, left side wing. Quick shot up, no good. Rebound's going to be brought down by Kat McCullough. And again, it'll be the Cardinals to bring it forward. Pushing the pace, near side Smith finds Finlayson in the lane. She'll bounce a pass, wrap around into Belknap, who lays it up and in. Jessie with her first basket of the quarter, first basket of the game, and it's back to a 3-point lead for Soda after a drought for both teams. Kuntz now for Teton, brings the ball forward, has it ripped out of her hands. Yamauchi passed across the lane. Smith, a high shot off the glass. Rebound goes into Abbott's hands once again as she is going to push the pace back the other way, and a double dribble is going to be called on Teton as Barry had a pass lofted to her up the court. Double dribbled it and turns it back over to Soda Springs. A crazy second quarter going on right now between the two teams with a lot of action on the court and a lot of scoring going up as well. 24-21, and the Cardinals will again bring the ball forward. Reagan Yamauchi will slowly walk it up the court. Crosses half court, catches a call from Coach Schwanevelt on the line. And now Kat McCullough gets away with an illegal screen before getting the ball handed back to her. She feeds it to Smith, outside on the left side wing, uses her dribble, and now will bring it back around top of the key. Crosses back to her left. Pulls it back around near half court. 48 seconds to go. Cardinals slowing the pace down. Smith still holding on to the basketball. Man-to-man defense being played by Teton as they look to trap her in the corner. They'll feed it over now to McCullough. Back up to Smith near the top of the key. She feeds it Finlayson. Open for a moment on the logo, but passes up a shot. Cardinals may be holding for the last shot here of the quarter. Ball goes back into the hands now of Smith, trying to guard against Barry. She hands it off to Yamauchi, and Reagan's going to come to the right side. She looks for a screen, has it from Finlayson for a moment. Ariana now flips the ball back out to Yamauchi, back to Ariana. Two of them playing catches. Reagan now gives it back to Smith over on the left side wing. Holds it for a moment, drives to her left, bounces it over to McCullough. 10 seconds to go. Cardinals doing a great job of just working the clock down as they feed it right side to Smith. Down low, Belknap open underneath the basket, fouled on the way up as she had position and draped all over. It was Jenna Abbott who picks up her third, and it will send Jessie Belknap to the line for free throws, where the Cardinals tonight are 0 for 3. Yet to make a free throw, but with 4.2 seconds left, it'll be another chance for Jessie here at the line. The sophomore crouches down. The 6'1" frame now extends, and she splashes home the first one. Jessie's got 3 points now and 5 rebounds in the game. Makes the score 25-21. And Jessie will again step forward to the line. Crouches low once again and fires this one up. That one's no good, off the back iron. Rebound's going to be tipped around. Cardinals get it back, and McCullough fires up a shot at the buzzer. Can't get it to go, and it goes back to the half with a score of 25-21. Soda Springs on top by 4, reversing the fate of Teton and keeping them down quite a bit. Back the other side of this break on KBRV 800 The Bear with your Mexico halftime report on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Oh, Santa, it's nice to take a minute and relax in the recliner and love seat we got from Sanders Furniture and Appliance.
Oh, yes it is.
The folks at Sanders Furniture are always so nice to work with.
This year, they are going to help me by offering Christmas Eve delivery service to customers in the Soda Springs area.
That's great, Santa.
Stop in today for the perfect gift and have it delivered Christmas Eve. Sanders Furniture and Appliance, 148 South Main, Soda Springs.
Hey America, we need to have a little talk. We've got a lot of food in this country. We've got so much food that we can't eat it all. So how are 17 million kids in America struggling with hunger? That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and gets it to hungry kids who need it. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat?
Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into the halftime show, brought to you by Machiko Therapeutic Services right here on KBRV 800 The Bear. We'll be back with the first half highlights right after this.
Many things can cause the holiday blues: stress, fatigue, unrealistic expectations, over-commercialization, financial constraints, and the inability to be with one's family and friends. Remember, the holiday season does not banish reasons for feeling sad or lonely. There is room for these feelings to be present, even if the person chooses not to express them. If you or someone you know needs professional mental health counseling, visit Mexico Therapeutic Services, located at 421 West 2nd South, Suite 3 in Soda Springs. Call 208-547-4550 for an appointment. Most insurances are accepted.
Welcome back here on the Machiko Therapeutic Services halftime show. Caleb Burgraff here on KBRV 800 The Bear. As we take a look at some of the numbers here from the first half, our recap: the Soda Springs Cardinals struggled in the first quarter as they trailed by 4 points at the end of the first quarter, 13-9. But since then, they've outscored the Redskins by doubling them up in the fourth quarter, 16-8. And that was able to give them that 21-25 lead. Cardinals, in fact, are winning a lot of the battles so far in this game. We'll take a look at Teton's numbers here, though, before we jump into the Cardinals' numbers after the next break. Tasha Arnold with 1 point, but Teton's being led by a pair of players. Jenna Abbott's got 9 points, as well as 2 3-point baskets from the outside. Shelby Kincaid also with 7 points, all those coming in the second quarter play, as she really was the offense for the Teton Lady Redskins, and 4 points as well for Avery Kuntz, who has not been heard from in the second quarter. Teton's got 15 rebounds, 21 points, and is 3 for 5 from the free throw line tonight, and have 14 turnovers. That's where their biggest struggle has been so far in this game, is in those turnovers they put onto the courts. We'll take another break, come back here with the other side of the halftime show on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
How'd I do?
You'll get better. Tim can't wait to be a real driver. But for now, he's king of the online track thanks to Silver Star Communications high-speed internet. Reliable, consistent speeds give him the edge against players anywhere, even the other end of the couch.
Whoa. You'll get better.
Visit silverstar.com to learn more.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Here are your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 3rd through the 9th, and it all starts off with Tyson family packs of chicken drumsticks or thighs at 99 cents a pound. They're also serving you fresh 93% lean, 7% fat ground beef for $3.49 a pound, and boneless beef rump roast at $3.49 a pound. If you're looking for veggies, grab one of their Fill It Fresh $10 bags and mix or match select items, including apples, pears, grapefruits, carrots, and cucumbers. That's a look at your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Back here on your halftime show, brought to you by Mexico Therapeutic Services on KBRV 800 The Bear, as well as online at mylocalradio.com. I want to remind you this broadcast brought to you by Caribou Memorial Hospital, where you will find a qualified, happy, and fun staff working with doctors who have a real interest in your well-being. They also have a large network of specialists, surgeons, and they all work in a state-of-the-art surgical facility. They also feature on-site rehabilitation services to ensure you have a comfortable and timely recovery. That's Caribou Memorial Hospital Living Center and Clinics at 300 South 3rd West in Soda Springs. 3.5 minutes to go in halftime. Take a look at the numbers for Soda Springs and the Cardinals right now. Their leading scorer, a little bit of a surprising face, Casey Smith, raining down 3 3-point baskets. She's shooting 50% from beyond the 3-point line, 3 for 6 in the game so far. 9 points leads the Cardinals in that stat. 7 points for Callie Groning, who's also hit a 3-pointer from the outside, as the Cardinals really trying to stretch the ball to the outside of the court. 16 of their 25 points coming from there. After that, the posts are starting to make a little bit of an impact, with 4 points to Kirsten Rasmussen and 3 points for Jessie Belknap. Soda Springs only turned the ball over 7 times by my count in that first half of play. They did get 13 rebounds, but the poor point of them for their game that they really need to work on moving forward, 1 for 5 from the free throw line, as soon as they leave home, they seem to struggle on the free throw line. So we'll see if that's something that continues on through the season, or if that's something they can get a little bit more improvement on as the season goes on. 25-21, Soda Springs leads Teton and the Lady Redskins here at the half. Back after this, after the third quarter, will come your way. This has been your Mexico Therapeutic Services halftime show on KBRV 800 The Bear, and online at mylocalradio.com.
Many things can cause the holiday blues. blues, stress, fatigue, unrealistic expectations, over-commercialization, financial constraints, and the inability to be with one's family and friends. Remember, the holiday season does not banish reasons for feeling sad or lonely. There is room for these feelings to be present, even if the person chooses not to express them. If you or someone you know needs professional mental health counseling, visit Mexico Therapeutic Services, located at 421 West 2nd South, Suite 3 in Soda Springs. Call 208-547-4550 for an appointment. Most insurances are accepted.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Back out here at the home of the Teton Lady Redskins as we get set for the second half of action on KBRV 800 The Bear, as well as online at mylocalradio.com. Remind you, keep your ears open, or your eyes open if you're watching it online at our live video stream, for our shot of the game from the Soda Springs Cardinals, brought to you by A&C Embroidery, in the business of making your business or team look good. Teton with the basketball as they open up the quarter. Ball come up to the top of the key. Arnold rises for three to open it up. Can't get the shot to go. Rebound's going to be pulled in down low by Kincaid, and she lays it up and in for the offensive board to give her 9th point of the game. 23-25. The Cardinals lead trimmed back down to 2. It'll be Reagan Yamauchi with the ball, goes up to Kirsten Rasmussen, feeds it to White on the right side of the wing before getting the ball back in the middle of the court. Shot no good as Avery Kuntz gets the board, and it'll go out of bounds as she has it poked out of her hands. Last touch by the Cardinals, and they're actually going to call this a foul on Callie Groning for trying to reach out and hold the rebounder on Avery Kuntz. So 25-23, 7:21 to go, and it'll be Teton basketball as they bring it up left to right on your radio dial and on your video screen at mylocalradio.com. Inside, Kincaid with a shot, puts it up, blocked away, gets the rebound back, fouled on the way up with the second one. Shelby's going to have a pair of free throws at the line to try and get to double digits tonight, as she's really been a huge factor for Teton in this game. Foul's going to go on Callie Groning for her third, and as she touches the ball down to the ground, first free throw up and no good, off to the near side. 25-23, 7-12 to go here in the third quarter of play. Another shot up coming from Kincaid. This one no good as well. Rebound popped high into the air, and a foul's going to be called. This one goes on Jenna Abbott, who picks up her 4th. And she is going to be in foul trouble for this game. That would be a hard one for Teton to lose, especially this early here in the third quarter. So Jenna Abbott will check out of the game. Into the game for her is going to come Rosemary Joseph, and we'll see how the Cardinals decide to attack Teton now as Reagan Yamauchi brings the basketball forward. Over to the right side, hands the ball off to Alexa White, who brings it up around to the top of the key. She'll pass it to Smith. She'll fake a pass, now drives to right, flips the foul off into the hands of Rasmussen. She'll pass it off now to Groning. Still working around near half court are the Cardinals as they're working a motion offense as Groning drives in, steps to the lane, parts like the Red Sea, but she can't get the layup to go. Rebound all the way over to the far side. A scrum for the ball, popped up into the air. Cardinals will keep the ball in their hands. Rasmussen pulls down the board, pass across the lane into Yamauchi, who lays it up and in, and she'll have a chance at a three-point play. Reagan's been very quiet so far in this game as the foul goes on to Shelby Kincaid, And it'll be one shot coming up for Reagan, who's got 4 points in the game now. Reagan, one of the better free throw shooters for the Cardinals, trying to give the Cardinals a 5-point lead to match their biggest of the game, and she does it like it's nothing on her. The freshman, very, very mature out there on the court for Soda Springs. Back up court will come Teton, breaking the press. It'll be Arnold who throws the ball away. They'll keep in their possessions. Barry picks up the loose ball. Quick pass through the lane is going to be fed into the middle of the lane to Teton and Kincaid on the near side. It's Casey Smith, though, who's going to foul her as the ball came across to her, and Teton will get another inbounds pass from the near sideline. It'll be Arnold to do the inbounding from the baseline, lobs one deep, passes it to the near side. Kincaid rises for three, short off the front of the rim. Rebound pulled in by Rasmussen for her 5th board of the game, and up court again will come the Cardinals. Groning with the ball, almost loses her dribble, keeps it, starts it back up from almost nothing, and then throws the ball away for a turnover. Soda Springs can't hold on to it there, and back up court is going to come Coons with the ball. Pass it left side. Arnold finds Barry, left side wing. She'll try and drive through a double team, pass the ball into the lane, contested, and picks up the ball, but not before rolling across the line does Kincaid, and another turnover back to Soda now. And it'll be Soda Springs who gets to bring the basketball forward with 2 minutes gone by here, third quarter. And ball passed up ahead to Reagan Yamauchi, and she'll take the point once again to bring it forward. Slows the pace down as she walks across the timeline, guarded by Barry. Comes over to her left, gets double teamed, trying to trap her. She won't get trapped. Drives into the trees, picks up her dribble, looking inside to try and find a way to get it to Rasmussen, and a jump ball is going to be called, which will keep it with Soda Springs, and the Cardinals will keep possession on the arrow after the jump ball was called. Another chance to inbound for Reagan Yamauchi. She stands on the sideline, two fingers taped on her right hand, passes it to Groning. She'll step up to the wing, nobody guards her. Now bounces to Yamauchi in the left side corner. Shot too strong off the side of the rim. Rebound right into the hands of Tasha Arnold, who drives the court, lays it up, and gets it to go. Tasha with her first field goal of the game. She's got 3 points overall, and the lead trimmed back down to 3 as Soda Springs comes back up the court. Groning takes the ball top of the key, crosses into the left, bounces the pass near side to White. She'll bring it back around near the wing before dribbling it to the top of the key where Smith gets the pass. Over to Yamauchi, right side corner, pass through the lane, picked up and lost by the Cardinals, picked up on the play by Coons. Teton running the court on a full court break. Can't get the shot to go as a layup is going to be missed by Arnold. Rebound goes into the hands of Alexa White, and the Cardinals offense will have another chance to try and push their lead up. They've led by as many as 5 in the game over the Teton Redskins, but neither team's really been able to break out big. Rasmussen with the ball top of the key, feeds it into the hands of Kincaid. Another turnover to the Cardinals. Teton runs the court, pass underneath the barrier, shot blocked up into the air by Rasmussen, but it's going to be pulled in on the rebound by Shelby Kincaid, who lays it in. She's got 11 points now, and the Cardinals lead trimmed back to 1. A single possession game here with 4.5 to go here. And it'll be Reagan Yamauchi who will pick up the basketball. Goes over to the right side, Groning, gives it to White. Right side corner, up for it with the 3 ball is Smith. Bounces around on the outside several times, but the rebound's going to go into the hands of Groning, and the Cardinals will get another chance on the offensive end. They go down low. It's going to be a try by Kirsten Rasmussen, but she's double-teamed quickly and fouled on the play. The foul is going to be called on Tasha Arnold, and it'll be another chance now for Soda to inbound the basketball from their own baseline. Reagan Yamauchi to do the inbound. Tasha Myers checks back into the game. Alexa White will take a seat on the bench. And Reagan will wait for the handoff from the official. Cardinals lined up on the right side of the paint with all 4 of them there. Now they'll break apart. Yamauchi looks outside, goes to Groning, open for 3. Can't get it to go too strong off the back iron. Rebound's going to be tracked down all the way outside the 3-point line by Kincaid, and she'll pass it to the near side where Coons now finds Barry in the right side corner. Lobs a pass down low. Kincaid up with the shot, no good on it. Rebound's going to be pulled in by Kirsten Rasmussen, and now the Cardinals get another chance to bring it forward. They'll pass it across the lane. Smith drives left side of the baseline, floats a pass to Taylor Myers, back outside to Smith. She'll try and find Groning. It's going to be picked off, though, by Barry, and she'll bring it forward again for Teton. Near side. Holding the ball is Coons above her heads. Avery feeds it down low into the post. Kincaid spins around, and a foul is going to be called. That'll go on the Soda Springs Cardinals. The foul goes on Kirsten Rasmussen for his 3rd, and Shelby Kincaid will step to the line again, where she is 1 for 3. 28-27 your score on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard with 3 minutes and 34 seconds to go. First free throw up and good. Make her 2 for 4 with 3 minutes and 34 seconds to go. And one more free throw coming up for Kincaid as she steps toward the line. Right-handed free throw shooter, puts it up, gets that to go 2 for 2 on the trip, and gives Teton a lead, 29-28 on your Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. A quick 6-0 run by Teton and the Redskins. Reagan with the basketball again, brings it slowly across the timeline before feeding it to Kat. She'll hold it over on the left side wing, looks inside, Belknap cuts across the lane. Pass now is intended for Yamauchi. She's going to be blocked away from her, picked up by Teton. They'll push the pace, and it's laid up and in by Barry. She's got her first point of the game, and with a 3:10 to go here in the third quarter, the Cardinals trail by 3, 31-28. Yamauchi passes it near side to Groning, trying to work the ball inside, looks deep, now drives it over to her right side. Tries to spin around, she drives the left side, spins now into the lane, dribbles along the right side of the paint, kicks it outside to Kat. She'll find Myers at the free throw line. Her shot flat and no good, and rebounded by Joseph inside. Rosemary brings the ball up herself, feeds up ahead to Kuntz. Her layup is good, and the foul. Avery Kuntz taking it coast to coast after the pass up ahead, and she will step to the free throw line for a chance at a three-point play, and Jessie Belknap is going to be called for the foul. 2 minutes and 41 seconds to go, and a timeout's going to be called by Soda Springs and the Cardinals. We'll take a break as well. Back here after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
Back out to Teton High School here on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com. If you haven't checked out our live video stream, I encourage you to. Just go to mylocalradio.com/Soda Springs. Click on the link and you'll be able to watch the game like you're sitting here at the top of the bleachers with us. And I mean me and the scorekeeper sitting beside me. 28-33, 2 minutes and 41 seconds to go in the third quarter of play. And the Cardinals will be waiting free throws as it's going to be Avery Kuntz who will be stepping to the line for an and one free throw after being fouled on the play by Jessie Belknap. 2:41 and the Teton Lady Redskins, wearing their white uniforms with maroon and orange highlights, are going to break the huddle and come out onto the court. They have a T on the shorts that's in between a pair of arches that go up the side of the shorts. A very unique and interesting uniform design. As the free throw up from Kuntz, that is good, and Avery will make the uniform look good, makes herself look good. She's got 7 points. 34-28 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard, and Reagan Yamauchi brings it back forward to her right side. She's going to be an offensive foul again. Jessie Belknap called for the foul this time as she didn't set the screen strong, gave up her back foot, and turns it back over now once again to Teton. And there's your problem in this quarter. Teton has 1 turnover in the quarter, whereas the Soda Springs Cardinals have 6. 2 minutes and 32 seconds to go. Teton to bring it up, breaks the full court press. Barry feeds it to Arnold, left side wing. She'll pick up her dribble, or doesn't use her dribble. Instead, she finds Kincaid, who feeds it to Arnold now on the right side. Looking inside. Uses a dribble, bounces it back to Kincaid. She's guarded out there by Kat McCullough before feeding it back to Barry. Cardinals not extending the defense too far out. They'll see it underneath, though, as Kincaid steps behind the zone defense, lays it up and in. 36-28 now, and the Cardinals, seeing their lead evaporate, they've scored 3 points in the quarter compared to the 15 that have been put onto the board by Teton in 6 minutes. Back into the lane. It's going to be Yamauchi. Drives in, bumped on the way through. They're going to call a blocking foul inside the lane on Rosemary Joseph, as much to the chagrin and unhappiness of Coach Sean Kuntz. Full substitution for Soda Springs as they'll bring in all 10 bench players. That means it's going to be Barfus, Finlayson, Rasmussen, Casey Smith, and Alexa White. Minute and 53 seconds to go as the Cardinals will inbound from underneath their own baseline. It's Rasmussen, throws it almost away as Kuntz bats this one out of bounds, and it remains Soda basketball, but just barely, as Ariana Finlayson will inbound this time, standing on the near sideline towards the corner. Minute 53 to go. Finlayson looks deep, lobs this one to Rasmussen, who picks it up and gives it to Lexa White, stands on the near sideline. Working right to left of the Cardinals on your video screen or radio dial in the black uniforms with red highlights. Over to the right side, White tries to drive inside, kicks one underneath the basket. Rasmussen spins around, puts a shot up, blocked away from her, and then out of bounds. It'll remain Soda Springs basketball after the shot was thrown away by Rosemary Joseph, not fooled by the deking and moving around that Rasmussen was trying to use on her. Minute 37 to go. Kirsten to inbound once again, stands on the tee in Teton on the baseline. She'll look deep. Lobs this one into Casey Smith, takes on left side wing, gives back to White. She'll goes her dribble automatically, walks it to her right, now comes near side. Smith open for three for a moment, passes up the shot though, bounces it down to Rasmussen. Kirsten's going to have it stripped out of her hands, and Teton comes up with another turnover. That's the 7th of the quarter for the Cardinals, matching the full amount they've had in the game, and Teton makes them pay. Tasha Arnold from the left side wing locks home a jumper, and a timeout's going to be taken by Teton. It'll be a 30. We'll be back after this. It's a 10-point lead for the Lady Redskins on the Great City Real Estate scoreboard. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Oh, Santa, it's nice to take a minute and relax in the recliner and love seat we got from Sanders Furniture and Appliance.
Oh, yes it is.
The folks at Sanders Furniture are always so nice to work with.
This year, they are going to help me by offering Christmas Eve delivery service to customers in the Soda Springs area.
That's great, Santa.
Stop in today for the perfect gift and have it delivered Christmas Eve. Sanders Furniture and Appliance, 148 South Main, Soda Springs.
Welcome back out to the home of the the home of the Teton Lady Redskins, as the Soda Springs Cardinals have given up a big quarter. They've been outscored by 14 points in this quarter, as the Redskins have put up 17, the Cardinals have put up 3, and it's all been due to the turnovers the Cardinals have been giving up to the Redskins. 7 turnovers in the quarter, and that matches their total amount they had in the game leading up to that point in time. It'll be Ariana Finlayson to bring the ball forward. Minute 13 to go, third quarter of play, as Finlayson crosses to her left. Pulls it up on the wing, kicks it over to the right side where Smith looks down low before bringing it back around top of the key. Tries to drive in, kicks it near side. Wing, it's going to be White who looks down low. Passes it to Finlayson. She'll feed it inside. Rasmussen has room, puts up a quick shot, lays it up and in. Ends the drought for the Cardinals. Kirsten with 6 points and 6 boards, and with under a minute to go, the Cardinals get it back down to single digits. Ball brought forward by Arnold, gives it to Barry on the left side. Back Arnold, top of the key, over to Barry again on the wing. Looking down low. She'll pass it up top to Arnold once again, back over to Barry, open for 3, lines it up and splashes it through. You can't leave a guard that much room on the outside. Makes the Cardinals pay. 41-30, up to an 11-point lead for Teton, their biggest of the game. Ball passed over to the left side. It's going to be Casey Smith. Tries to drive around, picks up her dribble, give and go to Rasmussen, who tries to drive in, loses the ball though, picks it back up, gets bumped, tries to throw the ball through a double team, and it's going to be a turnover back to Teton. Teton almost turns it back over to the Cardinals. Instead, they break the traps that the Cardinals were pressing on them, run the court, and wide open under the hoop is Tasha Arnold, who is just kind of sitting back there saying, hey guys, I'm wide open, and it goes up to a 43-30 lead. Last shot at the buzzer, no good by Kirsten Rasmussen. We'll take another break. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com, where a close game has turned into a blowout in the fourth quarter, starting up on the other side of the break.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
So, I'm a dog, and I'm kind of new to this family, but I've noticed a trend. My humans do this thing where they go around and get all my toys and hide them in this basket, but it's always the same basket, and it's always the same place, and then they act so surprised when I find them, but I'm like, hello, that's where you put it last time. Humans are the worst at hide and go seek.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Back here at the home of the Teton Lady Redskins on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com, a 43-30 lead for Teton right now as they expanded their lead after trailing by 4. They went on a 22-5 run. Teton with the ball to open up the quarter as well is going to inbound the ball to the low baseline. A tie-up's going to be called as hitting the deck are going to be both Rosemary Joseph as well as Alexa White, and it will be a turnover back over to Soda Springs and the Cardinals as they will take it back with happiness after having 8 turnovers in the last quarter, and that evens up the turnover battle between the two teams with 15 each. Down low, driving in, Tawny Barfus goes to try and pass the ball through the lane into Kirsten Rasmussen, and instead of passing it, Coach Schwanevelt on the sidelines is saying, just go up with the shot, just lay that one up, as she got down to the low block before feeding it away. More substitutions for the Cardinals will come in as Callie Groning back out onto the court. She's playing with 3 fouls in the game. Also back out onto the court is going to be Casey Smith as she tries to drive, gets the inbounds pass, floats the pass deep, throws it away. Turnover back into the hands of Teton. An unforced error by the Cardinals, and 24 seconds in, it'll be back to Teton. It'll be Arnold to inbound the ball, gets it to Barry, gets trapped over on the far side, passes one up ahead, gets into the hands of Coons. Avery up ahead quickly to Kincaid. She'll go across the lane, trying to get it into the hands of, that is Joseph standing on the right block. It's blocked out of bounds by White and back into the hands of Teton once again. 7:27 to go, and Arnold will set to inbound this one more time. Lows this one in, far side corner, shot up and good. 3-pointer drained by Avery Coons, and it opens up the fourth quarter with a 3-0 run already for Teton. They're up by 16, 46-30. Groning drives in, kicks the ball near side. It'll be Barfus who gives it over to the right side wing where it'll be White. She passes it down low, up top. Now Groning takes the ball, passes it over to the near side, but it traveled first, and another turnover by Soda Springs and the Lady Cards. They're 17th of the game, and more subs will come in as Reagan Yamauchi will come in for Tawny Barfus, and Reagan, the freshman, will try and slow this down and get the Cardinals a bit more rhythm. 7:05 to go and a 16-point deficit for the Cardinals as they will look to try and go back on defense. Full court press is going to be broken easily by Teton. Up to the right side, they'll pass the ball through the lane. Up and under is going to be Joseph. She lays it in after getting a little bit of a bump, and another timeout taken by Soda Springs and the Cardinals as they've seen Teton open up the scoring here with a 5-0 run. They put up the last 27 points compared to 5 for the Cardinals. It's been a 22-point turnaround for Soda Springs and the Teton Redskins here as we take a break on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Back here at the home of Teton and the Redskins on KBRV 800 The Bear, a 48-30 game. Soda Springs trailing the Teton Redskins right now on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. It will be Soda basketball with 6 minutes and 54 seconds to go, and Groning inbounds this one to Yamauchi. Reagan brings it forward, up across the timeline, over to her right, looks to White, now comes back around to her left, catches a screen from Groning, drives into the lane now herself, lays it up short, off the side of the rim. Rosemary Joseph pulls down her third rebound of the game. Cardinals almost force a turnover on the full court pressure. Joseph gets it up ahead, and it's turned over back into the hands of Groning as she stepped inside and was able to pull the ball into her hands. Groning trying to drive into the lane herself this time, stops, pops from 8 feet, gets the roll, and the Cardinals are on the board in the fourth quarter. Callie gets her 9th point of the game. Up court once again, it's going to be Teton. Far side, Kincaid holds onto the basketball, looks over to Arnold, now picks up her dribble, gets tied up down there, and a timeout's going to be called by Teton. We'll take a break here as well on KBRV 800 The Bear, and back after this with live video streaming online at mylocalradio.com.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Welcome back out to the home of Teton and the Lady Redskins. Out of the timeout, the Cardinals will come out onto the court with White, Yamauchi, Smith, Groning, and Rasmussen as their starting 5. It'll be over to the near side as Teton inbounds the basketball. They find Kincaid, who is on fire from the near side. She gets that to go. That gives it a 50-32 lead. Kincaid continues her good scoring night. Cardinals will put up a quick shot from the corner on the other side of the court. Yamauchi pulls down the rebound after a blocked shot, and it'll be back up court once again as Kuntz will pull it in after another rebound for Teton. Over to the far side, it'll be Barry, she comes near side. Kuntz goes over into the middle to to a rebound to Abbott. She'll lay that one up and in after getting the offensive rebound into her hands. It's a 20-point lead now for Teton and the Redskins, and the Cardinals will again work the offense. It'll be Yamauchi working right to left. She'll go over to the right side. Groning holds it there for a moment before driving into the lane, comes all the way on, tripped up on her way into the lane, and it'll be another inbounds chance coming up for Soda Springs. Foul is going to go on Tasha Arnold, her second. And with 5:22 to go, another inbounds play coming up for Soda Springs. Reagan Yamauchi to do the inbounding as a couple of substitutions coming in for Teton. They're going to get some backup, some room. Samantha Kay checks into the game, wearing the number 20 for Teton and the Redskins. Yamauchi to inbound the ball, stands on the baseline, finds Smith in the near side corner, up for three, count it, rolls it in. Casey Smith with her fourth three ball of the game, cuts it down to a 17-point lead. Kincaid back the other way, gives this one on the outside. It'll be Arnold who takes on the left side wing. She'll dribble it around to the near side, top of the key. Holds the ball, gives it back over into the hands of Abbott. She'll find in the middle Samantha Kay, who shoots up a quick jumper. No good. Rebound in the hands of Kincaid. Gets the second rebound after another miss and then fouled on the second putback attempt. The foul is going to be called on Kirsten Rasmussen. It'll be her fourth. 2 free throws coming up for Shelby Kincaid. And Shelby, who is 3 for 5, will have a chance to get the lead back up to 18 or 19 points, depending on how she does at the line. Toes it, the right-handed free throw shooter, touches the ball to the ground before putting it up and short, just catching the front end of the rim. Little smile from the right side of the court, left side of the lane as Abbott goes to and gives her a high five. Rasmussen will take a seat on the bench, and Belknap will come back out onto the court, and Rasmussen walking all the way away from the bench as she is definitely not happy with herself right now. As the second free throw up and good. And it's a 53-35 lead for Teton. Back the other way, Smith into the lane, passes one to Belknap. Her shot short and good. Jessie with her 5th point gets the Cardinals a bit of life, 53-37, 4:46 to go. Up court again comes Teton, near side. Kincaid takes the ball in the low block on the right side of the lane. Used her dribble to pass it back out to Abbott. She pump fakes, drives in the lane, puts it back outside to Barry instead of taking a layup, which it looked like she had open. They'll feed it back to Kincaid on the elbow. She'll spin around to her left, puts up a shot, misses it wildly. Rebound tipped around. Samantha Kay pulls it in, and another timeout's going to be taken by Teton on the near sideline as a sub will come in for Soda Springs and Cardinals. Full timeout here. Back after this on another break on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Once again, back here at the home of Teton and the Lady Redskins on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. The score sits at 53-37 with the Soda Springs Cardinals struggling along right now mightily in the game as they have continued to just be decimated by the Teton size down low and the turnovers that they've given up here in the second half of play. Teton opens up with the basketball. Quick pass to Abbott, far side wing. No good on the shot. Airballs it right into the hands of Jessie Belknap. And up court again are going to come the Cardinals. Groning over on the left side wing. Spins back into the lane. Tries to drive. 2 steps to the hoop. Blocked away though. Rebound goes to Shelby Kincaid. And up court again are going to come the Cardinals, the Redskins. They'll skip it to Barry, top of the key. Looks inside, now hands off to Arnold, who comes all the way around to the right side wing. Picks up her dribble, trapped down low, or trapped right on the logo, I should say. Comes back and has the ball swatted out of her hands, loose on the ground. Picked up by Ariana Finlayson, who brings it up to the right side wing. Pulls the ball outside for a moment before passing it to Casey Smith. Her 3 ball, too short off the front of the rim. Rebound's going to be pulled out of the hands of Kincaid, though, and into the hands of Finlayson, but the Cardinals can't control it. Back up court comes Barry, and Gabriella puts it up and in and lays it back forward, where the Cardinals lead goes back down, or excuse me, the Cardinals deficit goes back up to 18 points on another struggling possession for Soda Springs. It'll be Garning, who drives through the lane, back the other way. Quick shot up by Ariana Finlayson. That's no good. Belknap pulls down the rebound. She's fouled on the board, so she will end up going to, no, excuse me, that is the 16th foul on Teton. The foul goes to Shelby Kincaid, her third. And with 3:17 to go now, fourth quarter, another inbounds play for Soda Springs from the baseline. Samantha Kay checks out of the game. Back into the game for her is going to be Coons. And it'll be another chance as the inbounds pass, trying to get it to Belknap, will be instead thrown away. Teton comes back up the court with it, and they'll pass it near side to Coons. Over to the far side, Gabrielle Berry comes near side to Coons. Once again, holds on the wing, back to Berry. She'll go to the free throw line. Right there is going to be Abbott, back out to Coons. A little bit of a game of catch going on with Teton and the Redskins as they're just trying to work some clock off the board right now. And a foul is going to be called on the far side as trying to drive her way around Ariana Finlayson is going to be Tasha Arnold, and she'll step to the line for 1-and-1 free throws. Will Arnold, who is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Foul is going to be called on Ariana Finlayson, her first. And free throw is up and good on the front end of the 1-and-1. So one more will come up here now as the home crowd gives a nice ovation to Tasha Arnold. She'll get the basketball once again and steps to the line, about 6 inches behind it actually, as she puts up the second free throw, no good. Rebound outside to Finlayson, who gets her first board of the game, and Ariana brings the ball forward to the right side. She drives in the lane. The senior gets double teamed, steps through the double team, and lays it up and in. Ariana Finlayson puts it up on the board for her first basket. It's a 17-point lead, 56-39. To the near side, it'll be Kuntz with the basketball. Goes to the wing before they kick it into the corner. There's Kincaid, splashes it home. Shelby Kincaid, a huge weapon right now, and she was not all the way healthy the first time these two teams played, and is really making the Cardinals pay for the times they've left her open. Over to the far side, Belknap turns around, lays one up. It's too strong as it kicks out of the rim after having a nice chance at dropping through. Another rebound to Shelby Kincaid, and Teton brings the basketball forward again now after another defensive stop. Soda Springs held to 39 points right now as the Teton Redskins lay it up and in with Abbott cutting through to the hoop. Great pass from Kincaid to find her, and another timeout's going to be taken by the Teton Redskins with the score at 60-39. Soda Springs struggling along right now. We'll take another break back after this on KBR V800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
So,
welcome back out to the home of the Teton Lady Redskins on KBR V800 The Bear, as well as online at mylocalradio.com. With 2:01 left to go in the fourth quarter, it's a 60-39 lead for Teton. This game well in hand, so we'll see if Teton decides to empty their bench out and let some of their younger players onto the court. That would include Samantha Kay, Madison Wright, Kirsten Eck, and Haley Coons. We'll see how many of the starters come back out onto the court, and it is going to be Samantha Kay onto the court as well as Madison Wright. So a couple of younger substitutions getting some playing time here, and the Cardinals will bring the basketball forward. It'll be Kat McCullough to bring the ball forward, picks up her dribble, top of the key, now finds Ariana. It's poked out of Ariana's hands, and it will remain Soda Springs basketball on the near sideline. Almost another turnover there for the Cardinals as their passing game has been a struggle to see. Ball inbound. It'll be taken there by Kat McCullough. Drives lane, kicks it outside. Belknap has to use her dribble to control the ball before finding Taylor Myers. Taylor comes near side. Finlayson open from 8 feet, gets it to go. Ariana Finlayson gets herself her fourth point of the game, all in this quarter, and it's back to a 19-point lead for Teton, 60-41. The Redskins back with the basketball, come near side to right. They'll kick it down low. Kay goes up with the basketball, Can't get the shot to go as it's blocked away, and Teton will reset their offense. Outside, 3-ball put up, no good by Abbott, and the ball's tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Teton and the Redskins. I think Madison Wright was the last one to touch it, and another inbounds for Soda Springs and the Lady Cards with 1 minute and 17 seconds to go. Kat McCullough brings the ball forward, over to the right side, crosses it over into lane, up top, Barfus open for a moment, feeds it to Finlayson, back to Kat, who's fouled as jumping in and bumping her is Madison Wright, and that's going to send Kat to the free throw line for 1-and-1 free throws. That'll be the 7th team foul. First one on Madison Wright, though. And Kat steps to the line. McCullough crouches low, right-handed shooter, puts it up and gets the first free throw to go. And one more chance coming up for Kat at the line to try and cut in this lead a little bit more. 60-42 with 1 minute and 8 seconds to go here in Driggs, Idaho. As Kat puts this one up, no, yes, gets the roll. Almost looked like it was going to kick out, then sat on the rim for a moment before dropping its way through. Teton back with the basketball. It's going to be poked away, almost stolen by Taylor Myers, but she just could not control it as it kicked off of her foot and out of bounds. 1 minute and 1 second to go. Cardinals still down by 17 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard as Teton will inbound the ball. Brought forward, and it's going to be brought up court by Arnold. Doesn't cross the timeline, now throws it to the near side where it is across the timeline to Kuntz. Avery picks up her dribble, throws one over to the double team that came to trap her, and finds Wright. She'll drive into lane. Wright travels with the ball, gets away with it before feeding it to the far side wing, and a deuce is dropped home by Rosemary Joseph as she gets her 4th point of the quarter, 4th point of the game. 62-43, 37 seconds to go. Driving in, McCullough gets to the lane, almost loses the ball, tips it around to Barfus, but it's going to be Kuntz instead who tracks that one down. Another turnover for Soda Springs, and Teton comes up the other way. Arnold with the ball, stops, thought about a shot, but instead backs it out. 21 seconds to go, and it'll be Kuntz who holds the ball top of the key. They'll now find Wright. Wright looks inside, passes the ball around as she fakes some passes, I should say, before feeding it to Kuntz. 11 seconds to go now. Teton goes inside the paint. They'll go underneath the basket. Samantha Kay down low, gets it outside. 3-ball's going to be launched up, rattled in with 2 seconds to go. That's Tasha Arnold getting to double figures with that 3-ball, and it makes her an 11-point game. The final score of this one, 65-43. Soda Springs is going to be run out of the building in the second half of this one by Teton. We'll come back after a quick break and give you all of these second half stats and our wrap up here on our post-game show on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Hey America, we need to have a little talk. We've got a lot of food.
There's an organization in southeast Idaho whose wildlife conservation efforts have been commended by the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, the Idaho Fish and Wildlife Foundation, and the North American Moose Foundation. Who is this organization? It's Monsanto. While Monsanto is honored by the recognition they receive, their ongoing dedication to the environment is its own reward for all of us. Monsanto. Imagine.
Hey America, we need to have a little talk. We've got a lot of food in this country. We've got so much food that we can't eat it all. So how are 17 million kids in America struggling with hunger? That's why the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks gathers surplus food and gets it to hungry kids who need it. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org. Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Here are your Lalaton's food specials for the week of December 3rd through the 9th, and it all starts off with Tyson family packs of chicken drumsticks or thighs at 99 cents a pound. They're also serving you fresh 93% lean, 7% fat ground beef for $3.49 a pound, and boneless beef rump roast at $3.49 a pound. If you're looking for veggies, grab one of their Fill It Fresh $10 bags and mix or match select items, including apples, pears, grapefruits, carrots, and cucumbers. That's a look at your Lalaton's food specials in Soda Springs.
This is a test to find out if you know it all when it comes to children. Name one of the leading killers of U.S. children age 1 to 13. What's the best way to protect children in a car crash? At what age and size should a child start using a booster seat?
Don't assume you know it all when it comes to car seats for your child. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat and know for sure. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Welcome back into your post-game show. Caleb Burgraff here on KBRV 800 The Bear, as well as online at mylocalradio.com. As the Soda Springs Cardinals, I hate to say this, get run out of the gym by the Teton Lady Redskins in the second half. Outscored in the second half by a astounding 44 points compared to only 18 points that the Cardinals were able to put up onto the board. As a 22-point victory for Teton and the Lady Redskins, and a lot of it comes down to turnovers. The Cardinals ended up with 13 turnovers in the second half compared to only 7 in the first half. They also struggled from the field mightily in this game as well. If you want your A&C embroidery shot of the game, I got to give that one, though, to Casey Smith, who did what she could to try and keep the Cardinals in the ball game. She ended up with 4 threes in the game, and one of her threes gave the Cardinals the lead for the first time. That was her first 3 that she took in the game. That gave the Cardinals a 5-4 lead at that moment. The Cardinals would extend that lead to 9-4 before they saw Teton fight their way back into it, and most they would lead by is 5 points throughout the entire game. That's, again, your shot of the game, brought to you by A&C Embroidery, in the business of making your business or team look good. Call them at 208-604-1775. Final numbers on this one for the two teams. We'll start off with Teton as the victors. 4 different players in double figures, led in the night by Shelby Kincaid, who got herself a double-double, 20 points and 13 rebounds. 10 points and 5 boards for Avery Kuntz, 13 points and 5 boards for Jenna Abbott, and 11 points and 4 rebounds for Tasha Arnold. They ended up with 65 points in the game and a 31 rebounding game. The only point where you might look at Teton and say that they struggled, that's got to be the free throw line, 8 for 14, and they had 18 turnovers as well. So a couple of rough spots there for the Teton Redskins, who moved to 6-1 after this game. On the other side for Soda Springs and the Cardinals, their leading scorer was Casey Smith with her 4 3-pointers. No rebounds for Casey, though, in the ballgame. 9 points for Callie Groning with 1 rebound in the contest. 6 points went to Kirsten Rasmussen. She had 6 boards in the game. 5 points for Jessie Belknap. 4 points for Ariana Finlayson, all those coming in the fourth quarter. 2 points for Kat McCullough. 5 points for Reagan Yamauchi, and that wraps up your scoring for the Cardinals. Not a pretty sight for them in this ball game by the time all is said and done. And for the Cardinals, they end up with 22 rebounds in the game to go with their 43 points that they were able to put up on the board. And from the free throw line, they were perfect in the second half, which makes them 4 for 8 on the night. And I think that was one of the things that, even talking here with the man beside me, whose name I am completely blanking on right now, and I apologize for that, but he does the stats. But the Cardinals' biggest struggle in this game was really just not going into the paint and not trying to drive and force the issue on Teton. It seems at times they got afraid of the height that Teton was able to put against them out there on the court. So hopefully the Cardinals can go back to recoup. They don't have any more games this week, so they will be having a lot of time to work on these things in practice before coming around next week when the Lady Cardinals will be back out onto the court with a matchup where they will take on Snake River at Snake River on the 15th. So that'll be another Tuesday evening contest. You'll have it right here on KBRV 800 The Bear. We got another break coming your way. After this, we'll talk with Tanner Myers from the boys basketball team on our sports recap on your home for Soda Springs basketball, KBRV 800 The Bear, and online at mylocalradio.com.
Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614. Cattlemen have a code of ethics. Live each day with courage. Take pride in your work. Always finish what you start. Do what has to be done. Be tough but fair. When you make a promise, keep it. Ride for the brand. Talk less and say more. Remember that some things aren't for sale, and know where to draw the line. The folks at Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho are proud of the students at Grace High School, investing in the leaders of tomorrow. The Mound Valley Cattle Company, 208-339-0614.
Man, do I love card night. You ready, boys? You got a king?
Go, fish dad!
Oh, come on! This is WWE superstar Titus O'Neil. The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today. Learn more at 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov.
Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
MyLocalRadio.com is Southwest Wyoming and Northeast Utah's top website and the best source for local area news, weather, sports, and community events. And that's not all. MyLocalRadio.com features thousands of photographs of Wyoming and Utah high school events, from speech and drama competitions to local events, sports and activities, and much more. Check it out today and see what MyLocalRadio.com has for you.
Come on, smile. Oh, honey, he's still not smiling.
Maybe he's not a smiler.
Yeah, maybe he's just not a happy baby.
Maybe he's just being a boy.
Or maybe he's teething.
Maybe it's just a phase.
Maybe he has autism, and we can definitely do something to help.
Maybe is all you need to find out more about autism. No big, joyful smiles by 6 months is one early sign. Learn the others at autismspeaks.org/signs. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Caleb Burgraff here with Tanner Myers. And Tanner, from the boys basketball team in Soda, you guys had a pretty good start to your season. 2-0 on the start. You were able to beat 2 3A schools here on your home court. How good did that feel to get that type of a start on the season?
It was a sign of relief because we didn't know where we were going to be at from starting a whole bunch of new kids, younger kids, and we're where we should be.
Between yourself and Josh Balls as the only 2 seniors on the team this year, as far as the starting lineup for seniors, what type of role do you guys have to take when you're out there on the court in that starting lineup?
We have to step up and do our part and hit our shots in clutch time, and we got to make sure everyone's doing their job, and we have to slow down when we need to slow down and pick it up when we need to pick it up.
When you look at some of the younger kids on the team, were there any that really impressed you in those first 2 games of the year in some of their play, not necessarily scoring-wise, but just in their overall play on the court?
Yeah, a lot of them stepped up and picked it up on defense, moving their feet and getting in front of them. All of them have been doing fantastic.
Those 2 wins that you got against South Fremont, which is the defending state champions for 3A, and also against Sugar Salem, another tough team from that same district. What do those wins do for you guys when it comes to just building on what you've been working on in practice and seeing them come to fruition?
It just shows what we can do and how much more we can do, because it's the start of the season and we have a lot of potential.
This week, not much of a rest for you guys. Snake River on Wednesday, then you also get to go back up and take on Sugar Salem and South Fremont on Saturday and Friday. How big is this week going to be in testing the team's resolve and just the ability to stick with it and continue to get better?
It's going to mean a lot because we haven't won in Snake River for a long time, and both South and Sugar, it's going to be a different game because we're in their house with their refs, and it's going to be a game changer.
When you see those types of games, talking about the ones on the weekend where you're playing a team that you just got through with playing, would you rather have a little bit more time in between those games, or do you like getting right back at them?
I like getting right back at them because we just beat them, so they got to deep down that they know we can beat them, but it's pretty fun.
Looking at the practices that you guys have been going through, what's been the big focus on practices, and what was the focus today after those games that you really needed to work on and things that you really need to pace yourself on?
We've been working on moving our feet in defense and staying in front of them, and we've been repping our offense over and over and over.
One of the things I was impressed at your ability to do in those first 2 games, for a team with not a ton of height, you really defended the post well, with Will Sims down there doing a lot of good work. Also, Henry Workman had some good work down low, and you guys out-rebounded both teams in the games that you had. Is that something you expected from this team, or did that take you by a bit of surprise?
We've been working on a lot of help side defense, and there's always Coach Les screaming at us in practice to box out, so we've been working a lot on boxing out and help side defense.
When you look at just what you guys need to do this season, where's the biggest spot that your game really needs to work on, where you want to be at another level by the end of the season?
I like getting assists when they need to be. If there's a wide open jump shot or a layup, rather get a layup than a jump shot.
Well, Tanner, thank you so much again for taking the time to talk with us, and good luck as you prepare for this week. It should be a fun week, and hopefully it'll prove a lot of things about where Soda's at.
All right, thanks.
That was senior Tanner Myers on the post-game show here with our sports update on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. The boys basketball team will be in action tomorrow night. We'll have that game right here on your home for all Soda Springs sports, as they'll be taking on Snake River and looking to try and get a win against Snake River, something they haven't done in quite some time. We'll be back after this with one more wrap-up and give you a look at the upcoming schedule for this week. Still plenty more games, 4 more games, in fact, on the schedule on your home for Soda Springs sports, KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether or not you like winter, winter is upon us. There has never been a better time to convert to natural gas. Make this winter more comfortable and warm with a natural gas Lennox furnace from Reed's Plumbing and Heating in Soda Springs. The temperature outside doesn't matter. Keep your family cozy for years to come. For a new natural gas furnace, service on your existing furnace, or an in-home consultation, visit Reed's Plumbing and Heating today. 180 South 3rd East, next to the overpass. Reed's Plumbing and Heating. Natural gas worth asking for.
So when you get to the corner of Smith and Orchard, you're going to want to take a left.
You are not going to
Then what you're
going
to do is turn onto Marcy
and Brad
Avenue.
just broke up,
and go past the
and
first
apparently
3
she's
lights,
happy
and then
about
take
it.
the next left.
I don't really
then
think
drive 5
she's
more
happy,
blocks,
but
and you should be
who
there.
am I to judge, right?
Park on the
Anyway,
right.
That's
I'll
what
see
I
you
heard
later
last
tonight.
night.
It's hard to concentrate on 2 things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
One stop and get everything on your list. Gas, groceries, fresh deli items, lottery tickets, and all your fish and game licenses. Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs is locally owned and open 7 days a week. You can check the daily lunch specials every Monday through Friday on the Patterson Quick Stop Facebook page. When you need it quick, get it at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs, 111 North Hooper. Go Cardinals!
It may be hard to believe, but people just like you are already saving money. FeedThePig.org makes it easy. Their simple savings plan teaches you how to start saving without going overboard. So you don't need to start foraging wild berries.
I was skeptical, but these are actually pretty good.
You don't need to sell your soul to the devil.
$15 is the best I can do.
You just need FeedThePig.org. Don't get left behind. Get tips and tools at FeedThePig.org. Brought to you by the American Institute of CPAs and the Ad Council.
Back here at the home of the Teton Lady Redskins, Caleb Burgraff wrapping things up for the final time on the post-game show as we take a look at the upcoming schedule for the Cardinals after dropping this game. The ladies fall 65-43 on the Gate City Real Estate scoreboard. Looking at our upcoming broadcasting schedule, we're going to be back on the air tomorrow night when the Soda Springs boys travel up to Snake River, just an hour and 15 minutes or so up the road. They'll take that game into their back pocket, looking to go 3-0 on the season. We'll be on air with a 7:10 pregame and a 7:30 opening tip for that broadcast. December 10th, we'll bring the North Gem boys basketball team onto the broadcast again for a second time this year. They'll be traveling to Ryrie, as that is going to be a 6:40 pregame with a 7 o'clock opening tip for the North Gem Cowboys there. December 11th brings us up here once again to this region as the Soda Springs boys basketball team will be taking on South Fremont on Friday. That'll be a 7:10 and 7 o'clock tip, or 7:30 tip, I should say. And December 12th, we'll bring the boys basketball team to Sugar Salem as they will be taking on their back-to-back road games there, 7:10 and 7:30 there as well. That is your upcoming broadcast schedule for the Bear. As we take a look, I want to thank you again for listening in to the Cardinals post-game show. The proceeding has been a sports production and sports broadcast of Old West Media Incorporated and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of this production can be used or rebroadcast without express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Tonight's executive producer is Val Cook. I would also like to thank our sales team as well as our office manager Kim Miller and general manager Warren Cook. Thanks to all of our sponsors and to you for tuning in. Once again, final score tonight, 65-43 Soda Springs falls for tonight's videographer Darby Seipert. I'm Caleb Burgraff saying until next time, let's go Lady Cardinals, let's go Cardinals in general, and let's go Caribou County on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
We hope you have enjoyed this presentation of Caribou County basketball on KBRV The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com. Visit our website for a full schedule of upcoming games and for recaps of every game we have covered this year. Until next time we take to the air with Caribou County Sports, goodbye and good night.